Okay, fans, here we go. First match, superstar Billy Graham against big Elijah Akeem.
That's right, Elijah King, 400 pounds, 6'5", one half of the Zambuie Express. And look at Billy Graham, 23-inch arms, baby, the biggest in professional wrestling.
Superstar Billy Graham obviously going right for the leg of Elijah King. They have had some previous confrontations, and this is the battle to settle all the scores. And you know, Bobby, the fans really love superstar Billy Graham. Doesn't matter where he goes.
That's right. You know, Billy Graham, ex-world heavyweight champion. But Elijah Akeem is one half of the Zambuie Express, which is probably the biggest professional wrestling team in the world today, weight-wise.
Well, I'm surprised you're talking highly here about Billy Graham, because I know you have had your differences in the past.
That's right. Billy Graham and I have had our differences in the past, but I'll tell you one thing. When you see two great athletes like this, with a packed house like this in Puerto Rico, you've got to respect them both, baby. You know it's going to be good competition and a good wrestling match.
The referee of this match is Mr. Ricky Vargas. All these matches sanctioned by the World Wrestling Council. Elijah King in trouble as superstar has connected some tremendous blows, and we are watching perhaps two of the biggest men in professional wrestling.
That's right, but you got to remember one thing. Elijah Queen has definitely got Billy Graham outweighed by a big amount. So Billy Graham's got to keep that man down and keep that weight off him. Now, that's not a scientific wrestler right there, Hugo Savinovich. That is a man out in the street choking a man down.
He is from Arizona, and he is an expert in survival, and that's what he's doing against Elijah King. And having been a witness of their previous confrontations, I am not surprised of the way superstar is carrying this attack on Elijah King, because everybody knows that Elijah King will do anything to hurt his opponent. That's
right. You got to remember one thing too, Savinovich. Billy Graham is from a wrestling family. Crazy Luke, Big Eddie Graham, and all the Graham brothers were all great wrestlers, and he comes from a wrestling family, so he knows when the chips are down, you've got to resort to survival of the fittest.
Ricky Vargas, the referee, right on top of the action, and superstar continues to punish big Elijah King.
Well, here comes that big 23-inch arm. He's going to put it down right on the back of his head right there. Elijah King has got to mount an offensive here instead of trying to be on the defensive. He's got to get up off that mat. He's got to take some of that 400 pounds and put it on Billy Graham. Look at Billy Graham standing on the man's chest, choking him against that bottom rope.
Did you see the size on those boots, Bobby?
That's right. Look at Billy Graham. Billy Graham, you can tell, is an ex-bodybuilder, but before that, he's a professional wrestler, and he's very agile, as you can tell.
What an outstanding career, superstar Billy Graham, one of the premier athletes in professional wrestling. Wow, easily he just picked up a 400-pound big man like Elijah King.
By his ankles, Hugo Savinovich, by his ankle. That's a strong man right there.
Elijah King, wow, low blow, low blow. I don't think that there's a place for this kind of actions in professional wrestling.
Well, Hugo Savinovich, there's no place for a man getting down there choking a man in professional wrestling or coming in the ring with a big flagstaff and breaking it in half as a weapon. So I'll tell you what, that's just fighting fire with fire. And I think the tide of the battle is turned right now.
Elijah King, now the aggressor, choking on superstar Billy Graham. Tremendous punch by Elijah King on Graham.
To a lot of people, Elijah King doesn't look like he's throwing that punch very fast or very hard. But you got to remember, there's 400 pounds behind that punch, Hugo Savinovich, and that's definitely take the wind out of anybody's sail. That's a little bit of a karate thrust right there.
Which I believe is prohibited in professional wrestling. I think the referee has been intimidated by big Elijah King. He's got his shares of disqualification already, and he has hurt a lot of referees in the past.
That's right, and also he saw Billy Graham come out with a foreign object right off the bat. He saw Billy Graham choke the man. He's just letting the score get even here. Now here's tremendous headbutts into the chest area of Billy Graham.
And we're happy all your fans throughout the United States, Canada, Japan, that have bought this video cassette are with us here in the Superstars of Capital Sports Promotions, Volume 2, a production of Fast Eddie, EG Productions, as Elijah King throws superstar into the turnbuckle. Wow!
And there's a lot of weight right there going against yourself. Billy Graham going for a patented bear hug. This is Billy Graham's pick maneuver, the bear hug, and Elijah Queen might be right in some trouble right here.
And you know, when he uses those pythons, those gigantic biceps, to add even more pressure into that bear hug, we see a big man like Elijah King suffering at the power of superstar Billy Graham.
That's right. You notice the referee's right there, Hugo Savinovich. He's right there just waiting for the pin or waiting for the man to submit. Now, Billy Graham tried to put him on his back and pin him, and as you can tell, they're both in the ropes, which the hold should be broken right now.
Well, Elijah King obviously trying to escape from the ring, but one strong superstar, Billy Graham, he's not allowing Elijah King to escape. He's holding on.
He held on to that man, that 400-pound man, as they rolled out of the ring. They are standing on the outside of the ring. Now, as you know, there's a 20 count outside that ring to get back in. Billy Graham is squeezing the wind out of that big man.
Like a living snake, the pythons are squeezing all the body of Elijah King. That's a big man screaming for help right here.
That's right. He just raked the ice to break the bear hug right there. He's trying to do some damage of his own on the outside of the ring, but he better remember he's only got a 20-second count out there.
Wow, head first into that metal case. The fans love it, as we are already into some deep trouble, because now is when Superstar is more dangerous. The bell has rung already, Bobby. Obviously a double disqualification count out outside the ring, and now that strong cable as Superstar is riding Elijah King.
That's right. The referee has even come outside the ring and trying to break these two men up. And as you can tell, Billy Graham's trying to definitely do some sadistic trouble, this man. He's trying to put this man right out of Puerto Rico and right out of wrestling right now.
The World Wrestling Council is known for the tremendous feuds in professional wrestling, and this is one of them. Elijah King and Superstar Billy Graham has gone to another tough encounter. No decision. Both men have been counted out.
There's a metal bar right there. Look at that, Hugo Savinovich. A metal flag post he's got around the man's neck now. Look at this. Now, there is no room for that in professional wrestling, and Billy Graham is a better wrestler than that.
I don't think, Bobby, these two men went in the ring to get a victory. I just think they went at it to hurt each other.
I think they went at it just to try to end some scores that they had to settle, and I don't think it's over with yet.
Outside, referee has no control over this. Two gigantic athletes, and now Elijah King taking control of that metal bar.
That's right. He's definitely got it on Billy Graham's throat. He's cutting off the there you go. Billy Graham just got out of it. Give him a low blow, and Billy Graham is going to try to get off to the dressing room. I'm sure he doesn't want no more of Elijah King.
Well, he's got the metal bar. He is chasing after Elijah King, who looks for safety in the dressing room.
That's right, Hugo Savinovich. That right there.
And here it is. Superstar Billy Graham will go immediately to our second match.